How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be talking about Refrigerator Full of Heads, number 5. This is from DC's Black Label and Joe Hill's Hill House Comics, and is a sequel to Basketful of Heads. And this is the second to last issue. The end of this book does end with "to be concluded," so number 6 will be the big finale, and this really does feel like a penultimate issue. Lots of action, but not the actual climax. We still got more story to go, and we're gonna see just how things pan out. And overall, about like you'd expect, the action heating up and, going to the end there, So I don't know how much I'll have to say because that pretty much sums this one up. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the cover, I guess. Now, I guess right off the bat I should address I did smudge the ink with my thumb. Comics covers are getting so much easier to smear the ink with your hands. I'm really thinking I should start reading them with like felt gloves on or something. Although, to be fair to DC, I did recently clean my hands with hand sanitizer and I thought they were dry enough. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Learning lesson to us all, I guess. But anyway, we get the main villain behind June there with the dagger of Hugin and Mugen, which does come up in this issue. I'm glad we do get to see another one of the artifacts, and we have the credits up here. Rio Youers is the writer, Tom Fowler is the artist, and Bill Crabtree, I guess that would be the colorist. But a really fun, dynamic cover with just red and blue. I thought it was pretty fun. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the story. I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers. I do want to analyze the book, but I'll be avoiding the end bits, the main spoilers there. Although I do want to say a special warning this time. It does open up with a pretty big spoiler to the original book, Basketful of Heads. So if you haven't read Basketful, go read that really quick. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into this. Issue actually has a really fun opening. We get to see, what's his name, Coulson there, crawling his way out of the flaming boat, and we even get a shot here of the boyfriend from the first volume, Basketful of Heads, and he's there going, "It burns, it burns." And that's one of the things, I get why June did it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh boy, that was a pretty dark ending for that book. Granted, she was, almost insane by that point. But we see him going off the edge of the boat, and actually a good bit of him crawling around underwater trying to survive. And he says that, as much as it is about getting power nowadays, it is as much about getting revenge on June specifically. And you really see, yeah, this guy's mad. He talks about drowning in a lake when he can't drown. And yeah, he's pretty ticked. Meanwhile, at the boathouse, the severed heads explain the plot, and that's where Coulson. That's where she learns that Coulson's still alive and that June's in danger. This is actually the first time that our lead is actually learning that June was in on it. She knew the name, she knew that the criminals had broken and that she had survived, but she didn't know until now that she was the original axe wielder. And now she's going to go save her, so it looks like the two leads aren't going to actually meet until the very final issue, but she's on her way to save June right now. And meanwhile, back at the mayor's house, we see the Viking biker lady talking to Coulson, and she is going to betray him. She says, "You can have June, because what the heck do I care about that? But why would I let you have these special magical artifacts? I'll have so much power, I can have the island anyway and take over the world. For real, why do I even need you?" To which Coulson says, "Oh, that's a big mistake." Well, why would it be a mistake? He's severely handicapped at this point. Well, he had managed to wheel himself over to the box with all the magical artifacts, and he grabs that belt, the belt that no one knew what it does, and we're going to find that out, but that's part that I won't spoil for you. I will say, though, it is a big, epic finale type deal. It is a comic booky thing. What happens when he puts on the belt is big and extreme, and from the standard of just a comic book, it's fine. But comparing it to the first one, which is so serious and well planned out, it was a Basketful of Heads was a very smart and careful book, even if it was about a wacky concept. And what happens when he puts on the belt is pretty big and dumb and comic booky. And I mean, I get that this is trying to have its own tone. It's more the grindhouse, it's more the B movies, and the other one was 80s slashers mixed with mysteries. But I don't know, I think the reveal here was just a little bit too big and a little bit too dumb. I don't know, but I'll save it. I'll save it for you guys to see for yourself, and of course when I do my review for part 6, I'll be talking more about this reveal later. But those of you guys who have seen the reveal, what did you think of it? Was it too much? Was it good enough? I don't know. But anyway, kind of an action-heavy issue, so sort of a light check-in this time around. I know this is a lot shorter than I normally do, but, you know, with a book that's full of action, it's, you know, hard to really say too much. I thought it was okay. The reveal was a little stupid, but other than that, you know, fun, gunfire, moving the plot along, epic building towards the end. It was cool, not the best thing ever, and again, a little on the sillier side, and that's, I think, one thing that I'm going to have to think about when I think about the book as a whole, is it is a very different flavor. It's fun, but it's not really like Basketful of Heads. It's the same world, but so different, and I'd be curious, what are you guys thinking of the book right now? I don't know. It's fun for what it is, but it's so different and weird. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. If you guys want to see more, you can click right there and see more. Should be my Hill House Comics playlist. Anyway, have a good day. Relevant playlist on the bottom where you can see all the past issues there. Have a good day now.